And let us arrive. This week, I have been gently approaching aspects of being human that can inhibit a way of peace, can inhibit enactments of peacemaking. Specifically, this week, I've been very curious about when I get defensive and why I'm getting defensive, and looking at the conditions of that, and also getting curious about when somebody is trying to bring something to my attention that I feel self-protected by. I feel armored. I feel like, ooh, don't get too close to that. It's a bit of a raw nerve. And so when somebody comes close and touches on it, what are I'm curious about what are the ways that I clamp down. I keep people at arm's length. You are getting nowhere near my raw nerve. No way, no how. And then there are other people who I can get a little close. I let them in a little bit. And while coming closer to that raw nerve hurts and stings and makes me a little anxious, like, oh no, oh no, oh no, that's gonna hurt. Oh, 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 I don't know. I don't know. I nevertheless, there's something about the conditions of that person, there's something about the conditions of that environment where I'm willing to take the risk. I'm willing to put down some of the armor. I'm willing to open. I'm willing to allow this person to see. I'm willing to maybe even see from their point of view. So today, as an act of peacemaking, I would like to spend some time continuing that exploration. So as our topic, it is about being defensive, being self-protective. Now, the very first thing I want to acknowledge is sometimes being defensive, sometimes being self-protective is absolutely the right thing to do. Sometimes this is a response in our nervous system that is doing its job, keeping us safe. There's something in the unconscious realm of our being that knows not a safe environment. Protect yourself, get some distance, defend yourself. So over here, there are reasons for being defensive that are good and just and correct. However, most of us have taken those reasons and we've over applied it. And so we become over identified with that defensive posture. Nothing feels safe. Everything has to be protected. And so what ends up happening is our ego integrity remains a little immature. We are easily collapsed and diminished. Or on the flip side, we overcompensate and we become a little bit arrogant and righteous. And so this is the very slow and gentle means by which we open all of that habit energy and we begin to invite curiosity in. Curiosity, by the way, has a sister, and curiosity's sister is understanding. And so when we're curious, we gain access to understanding. And when we have understanding, we grow in our resilience. And when we have resilience, we begin to see clearly. And when we see clearly, life, its people, its situations become less threatening, less alarming, less offensive. We know who we are. We trust who we are. And we are in a peacemaking state of mind, devoted to our well-being and by the extension, the well-being of others. So let's come back and think about, allow in your mind a situation that caused you to be defensive, that created the conditions for that defensive, self-protecting posture. And see if you can discern the individual and the person with whom you are interacting. And see if you can get a little curious about what were the specifics of that. And then see if you can consider another situation where somebody else was confronting you, maybe bringing something to your attention that was difficult to hear, uncomfortable to hear, good to hear. Think about those conditions. And think about what happened when you allowed the armor to come down a little bit. You allowed yourself to open to the discomfort. And think about those situations where you have had really difficult yet intimate conversations with somebody and something was healed. Something felt stronger, more peaceful, less resistant. And let's use the 4 foundations of mindfulness as guideposts, because sometimes the conditions of a particular person or situation are a little bit murky, they're not clear. And so to come at them with a really bright light sort of makes them shy away. They're harder to even see. So sometimes we have to look at this indirectly. And this is why the 4 foundations of mindfulness are so important, because we can just simply come back to the body. As you're thinking about an interaction, even if the conditions aren't clear, what's happening in your body as you contemplate? Are your shoulders tight? Is your belly a little bit sour? Are you holding any tension in your neck or eyebrows? What's your mood as you do this exploration? Are you feeling a little bit agitated, a little tense, perhaps a little blue? Are you noticing any thoughts kind of lurking around the corners of your mind? Little whispers and hisses saying things like, you should be able to figure this out. What's the matter with you? Why are you still holding on to that? That was ages ago. Why is that coming up now? Would you look at that? Look at those thoughts just sneaking around in the haunted attic of the mind. And then notice if you have any stories associated with that, no judgments. And with a light heart, just observe. And should your mind wander to a twitch or a noise or a to-do list, take a sincere moment to applaud yourself for noticing that your mind has wandered away. It's no small thing to be aware of that. So in the heart of your awareness, bow to yourself like, wow, I noticed that. Cool. I'm going to bring myself back to this practice. And take a few moments. We'll have a few moments of silence so that we can enjoy this practice. Friends, I want to share with you part of an example of this practice from a personal point of view. So my husband a couple of weeks ago said to me 4 words: "You're working really hard." 4 words. You wouldn't believe what that stirred up for me. What did he mean by that? I'm working really hard. Was it a compliment? Was it a diminishment? Was it a complaint? And I thought when I heard those words, the defensive part of me would have been like, well, what do you mean by that? And what I decided to do is, rather than just come at him with that, I just decided to allow him the space for that to be his perspective. He put a perspective up on the boundary between us that says, I'm working really hard. And I decided to play, well, let's play that's true. That's true. I am working really hard. And when I hear those words, I take offense to them because it means that I'm not paying enough attention to him. I'm not cleaning the house. I'm not making dinner. I'm not taking care of the kids. I'm not enough in all kinds of fabricated ways, none of which was spoken. The only thing that was said to me was, "You're working really hard." And I just inflated it in my own being to mean so much more than those words. And mind you, I didn't take it to mean anything positive, which is sad, because I want to believe that he was just acknowledging, I'm working really hard. So I have not engaged him. This has been a couple weeks ago, and I'm just letting that be true. I'm working really hard. And the aspects, the other things that are true about that are still coming in. And I'm still working with those things. And eventually I'll go to him and I'll be able to say, I need some additional information. If I'm working really hard and you're feeling left out or you're feeling neglected, I need to hear that. If you are observing that I'm working really hard and you are inspired by that or proud of that, I need to hear that too. Just those 4 words is enough ambiguity that I'm creating all kinds of fictions in my mind. Now, I share this with you because I want you to appreciate the timing involved. So that was 2 weeks ago, and I'm still holding on to it. I'm still sort of peeling the layers of it, and I'm peeling it very gently because I'm married to somebody who's on my side. I'm married to somebody who has my best interest in mind. I'm married to someone who adores me and who needs my attention and who doesn't always get it. So I have to look at that. It all is weighed in the balance. And sometimes it takes time to be revealed. Sometimes that understanding comes in time. So part of this practice of peacemaking is taking a reverent approach, going slowly, asking questions, waiting a little bit for the answers to come because the answers may surprise you. So it's coming into awareness of, am I asking the question because I already know the answer, or am I asking the question because I'm open to being surprised? So this aspect of peacemaking and this ability to look at the way we get defensive and the way we self-protect and the way we drop the armor is a slow grow endeavor. So take your time, be patient, stay curious, and the wisdom from understanding and resilience and clarity are conspiring for your well-being. Thank you, friends. So I invite you to come back to a noble posture. Sit nice and tall if you can. Really, like put a spring in your step. Put your hair in pigtails, and maybe that'll help. Who knows? I'm going to chant this 3 times. And I'm going to begin this chant with me, with you, with we. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected. May I live with ease. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you be safe and protected. May you live with ease. May we be happy and peaceful. May we be healthy and strong. May we be safe and protected. May we live with ease. Thank you for your beautiful practice here today. Thank you for the exquisite spiritual impression, physical impression that you leave in this space. Thank you for being such a consistent and reliable source of inspiration, allowing me to be a better me. Namaste.